Well, good evening, folks. Welcome to Thursday night concerts at Common Ground on the Hill Traditions Week 1 virtual. We're broadcasting from the campus of McDaniel College, where we are the Folklife Center for Central Maryland. And we're featuring some of the wonderful instructors who are teaching with us this week. You're in for a treat. My name is Walt Michael. I'm the Executive Director and Founder of Common Ground on the Hill, and we're very happy that you found us. You may have found us as we're doing this live, or you may have found us and are watching this on our official YouTube channel many days hence or months. In any event, grab some popcorn, put it on the big screen, and sit back and enjoy this wonderful music. This was originally to be an all blues night, but we had some technical problems last night from Baltimore, Canada. And they've been straightened out, and we're lucky to have Saskia Tompkins with us tonight. What a fiddler, what a multi-instrumentalist. She's just there she is, there she is. Saskia is teaching virtually with us this week, teaching Irish fiddle, and then week 3 she's going to be here in person. She's going to come from Baltimore, Ontario to Baltimore, Maryland, hang a right and head out to Westminster, and she'll be teaching Irish fiddle again, and she'll be in the Celtic session along with her husband Stefan Hannigan. And so we're really excited to see you all in person. Saskia just told me she was born in England, around London, and she, however, came to the States Canada, in the first decade of the millennium, and has raised her children here. Children are very musical. She's a wonderful musician who has done a lot of things in theater. She's played with some of the greats, including the Chieftains. It's a long list, and lest I keep her from playing more music by listing all her credits, I think I'm just going to introduce Saskia now and have her take it away.
Thanks, Walt. Hi, people. It's a real pleasure to be here. Yeah, I'm live streaming from Canada, and we're about to have Canada Day tomorrow, and it's chaos outside because they're setting up stages and all sorts, and I'm going to escape to the country so I don't have to be around it. But I was meant to be doing Irish fiddle last night, and technical trouble, but so I'm going to do some tonight, but because this is blues night, I might do a couple of other things as well. So I'm going to start with a couple of tunes. The first one is actually a Canadian tune. It was written by a fiddler out East Coast, and of course I've just forgotten the name because I didn't write it down. Stan Chapman, it's called Stan Chapman's Jig. And the second one is an Irish tune from Northern Ireland, from Belfast, called Soggies, which is written, the name Soggies is actually a pub, apparently, though I've never been there. And then there might be another tune after that. I hope you enjoy it. So the last tune was called The Turf Slipe, which was written by Stefan Hannigan, who I happen to be married to. So, because he's not here, I had to play him a tune. So I not only play fiddle, but I also play this crazy instrument, which it seems like is quite common in the States. It's called a nickel harper. And I'm not going to play some Irish music on here, but I'm going to play another couple of tunes. The nickel harper is from Sweden. It's the traditional instrument, the national instrument of Sweden. And it's basically a keyed fiddle that you play with a bow. And it has 16 strings, but you only play 4 of them. So it looks complicated, but it's not. Because I'm in Canada, where I am. There's a wonderful bakery in my town called the Millstone Bakery, and they have a wood-fired oven, so they cook all their bread in the oven, and it's phenomenal taste with the fire. And I used to busk there a lot outside it. So and they would feed me breakfast and coffee and endless cakes and cookies and things. It was actually dangerous. This is before COVID, before the vid. So I wrote them a tune. And what I liked about this bakery is that it was a very ancient way of cooking bread. People have been cooking bread with open fire for thousands of years. And this is a really ancient instrument. It was first recorded in the 1100s. So it's pretty ancient. So I kind of liked this pseudo-medieval thing. So I'm going to play you Millstone. And then I'm going to follow it with a tune from Belgium called Motet. I'm hoping you can see me. Can you see me? Yes, you can, just about. I'm trying to get it so that you can see the instrument. bits and pieces. It's an incredible instrument. Okay, so I'll finish you off with another couple of tunes. The first one, years ago in a previous life, I had a Cajun band in England. Cajun was all the rage. I know that everybody in the States can dance Cajun music, of course, but in Britain, it was a new exciting thing when I was a teenager and early 20s. So, but I'm going to play a waltz actually by a Creole fiddler from Louisiana called Canray Fontenot, that I was fortunate to see. He was a very elderly man when he came on tour, but he played like he was 15 years old. It was extraordinary. So this is one of his tunes, and then I'm going to follow it with a couple of Irish reels. for having me tonight, Common Ground, and I look forward to meeting you all in a couple of weeks' time in person.
Fantastic. That was what a musician you are. And the Nyckelharpa, you should know, has made a lot of appearances at Common Ground over the years. And we have a fine builder of Nyckelharpa who I hope you'll meet.
Oh,
Ken Coons, and his son Ryan plays. So you'll be welcomed with open arms among the Nyckelharpa community.
amazing. I'm
Yeah,
even more excited now to come.
yeah.
Not many up here.
Well, I get the sense there aren't many anywhere.
No, there's quite a lot in Britain now. There's a woman called Vicky Swann, who's a friend of mine, and she's kind of shaken up the Nyckelharpa. I don't know, it's kind of risen to the top of popular
Right.
instruments.
Well, we've had, I think I'm remembering his name correctly, Peter Headland.
Yeah,
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 he's been here a couple times.
yeah.
And yeah, what a fascinating instrument. You wonder, what were they thinking in 1100? Amazing.
Yeah, but now we have IKEA, so it kind of matches up, right?
Yeah. You'd think I'd know the answer to this question after all these years of playing music. When did steel or metal strings come into play?
That is a good question, which you can research and tell me the answer.
Yeah.
I actually don't know.
So I would assume that all these instruments, up to a point, were gut stringed.
Yeah, yeah. Nyckelharpa didn't have as many strings and wasn't as complicated as it is. And I think it would, well, the originals were called the Mora harper, and they had 3 strings, and they're really hard to play because they're gut.
Right. Well, the instrument is sort of like the sitar of Sweden, right?
Yeah,
With all
they-
sympathetic strings and all. Well,
Yeah.
it was wonderful to hear you play. What a wonderful musician you are. We look forward to having you at the festival, and that's July 16th, folks, here on the campus of McDaniel College. It's going to be a blowout.
come and try Nyckelharpa.
Yeah.
I'm happy for everybody to try it.
Right.
Doesn't matter if you're a musician or not.
Well, thank you so much, and say hi to Stefan for us.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you, Saskia. Wow, fantastic. Our next performer takes us into the blues, and his name is Christopher James. And Christopher James I met, gosh, it's been 25 years ago now. And he was just a young lad back then. He had just finished, pretty much just finished, leaving home and going down to Mississippi and Texas and playing in the juke joints down there, and paying his dues, learning from the real stuff. And Chris has been playing a lot of music around here. His home is Westminster, and we're really lucky to have him as part of Common Ground on the Hill. I tell you what, he'll be teaching this. Where's my paper? Here we go. So check out all these things that he's teaching: blues mandolin, ukulele 2, ukulele 2 again in week 3, understanding the fretboard, which is a really popular course, and it's a great course. A lot of you are stymied by playing the guitar and wonder where to go and what does all this mean. He can unlock the mysteries for you. And he's doing that again in week 3, and then beginning mandolin as well. And he'll be part of Mandolins on the Hill, which is going to be an amazing conflagration of mandolin players, including Mike Marshall and Katarina Lichtenberg and Barry Mitterhoff and Frank Sullivan and Radim Zenkel from the Czech Republic and Christopher James from Westminster. Chris recently played on a Grammy Award-winning recording. I think that's right, with Guy Davis.
Right.
Yeah,
Guy Davis.
yeah. So throw some Grammy stuff at us, Chris. Make welcome everybody, Christopher James.
Thank you. Thank you, Walt. It's great to be here at Common Ground again this year, and excited to be teaching the classes online this week, and excited to be joining on the 3rd week when we'll be in person. So I'm going to start off with something on the uke for you. This is a little something we've been getting into in the Beyond Beginning uke. And we've got more of that coming the third week. I'm going to be teaching another class like that, Beyond Beginning uke, getting into a lot of blues and different things that you can do on the uke. So we're going to do this one for you. Song Next Time You See Me from Junior Parker. Next time you see me, things won't be the same. Next time you see me, things won't be the same. And if it hurts you, my darling, you only have yourself to blame. Well, there's a true saying, all that shines is not gold. Well, there's a true saying, all that shines is not gold. And like the good book say, you gotta reap just what you sow. Well, you lied, cheated, whoa, for so long. Well, you lied, cheated, whoa, for so long. Well, you were wrong to do, woman, another queen is on your throne. Things won't be the same. Next time you see me, things won't be the same. And if it hurts you, my darling, you only have yourself to blame. And if it hurts you, my darling, you only have yourself to blame. If it hurts you, my darling, you only have yourself to blame. Thank you. Thank you. So we've got the uke with some blues, and then we're going to get into the mandolin blues. So a lot of times, mandolin's not the first thing people think of when they think of the blues, but you might think of something. Or maybe a... But it sounds real good when you put some of the... Something for you from ZZ Hill, a little down home blues. See your party's jumping and everybody's having a good time, but you know what's going through my mind? Well, do you mind if I get comfortable and take off these shoes? Fixing me a drink, or play me some of them down home blues. Oh, she said, you know I don't get out much on the town, and you know I done cut cut out a lot of that running around, but all week long. Well, I've been keeping my cool. Oh, but tonight I'm gonna get my head bad and party on some of these down home blues. Down home blues, down home blues. Well, all she wanna hear were them down home blues all night long. Every other record or two. Oh, she said tonight I'm gonna let my head down and get down on these down home blues. She said, you know, my old man, well, he's gonna wanna fight. Oh, because when he calls, I'm gonna be getting back late tonight, but I don't care. Oh, cause tonight I'm gonna do as I choose. Oh, she said tonight I'm gonna let my head down and party on some of these down home blues. Down home blues, down home blues. Well, all she wanna hear were them down home blues all night long. Every other record or two. Oh, she said, take up all those fast records and put on some of them down home blues. Thank you. Thank you. A little bit of blues mandolin for you there. All right, well, I'm going to get one on the guitar in for you here. So I've had a great time with the classes this week, some wonderful students, and something that comes up sometimes in playing different instruments. I've had some people ask if I teach different instruments at the same time. You take lessons on multiple things, and I think it's a really interesting thing, and Common Ground's a great chance to try out new things, and playing an instrument, one instrument, is a great way to learn new things and open up the world of music. And then if you already play music, playing on multiple instruments, it lets you have different voices and helps you to find ways to take the same music and see how it can come out in all different kinds of ways on different instruments. So it's a lot of fun to learn about the ukulele and the mandolin or the guitar and the harmonica or different things, and then see how the music and this beautiful thing can happen in all of these different ways, and whatever voice you have can bring out a different aspect of it. Kind of like we all have a place and we all have a part to play. So I know that I've been going through a lot of things, and I know that everybody's going through a lot of things, and that's part of what blues is about, is when you have something so that when you're feeling down or you've got worries or troubles, you can sing them out. And sometimes you don't know where you're going to go, but you hear something, a song calling you out that keeps you going. This is a song of mine called Singing Before the Break of Day. Hear the birds start singing before the break of day. Hear the birds start singing before the break of day. And it wakes me up right and it sends me right on my way. Raise up my window, feel the sun on my skin. Raise up my window, feel the sun on my skin. Open up my lungs and breathe the morning in. Well, you know, I could have quit and given up a long time ago. Well, I could have quit and given up a long time ago. But if you don't keep on walking, you'll never know just how far you can go. And sometimes it gets so dark that I don't know what to do. And sometimes it gets so dark that I don't know what to do. On my knees in the night, praying, Lord, help me through. Then I hear the birds start singing before the break of day. Yes, I hear the birds start singing before the break of day. And it wakes me up right and it sends me right on my way. Yes, it sends me now. Thank you. I appreciate you all listening this evening or whenever it is that you're hearing it, and encourage you to catch all the concerts, check everything out. You can watch them later too. And it's just great to be here again this year. Every time we get to be together, it's a wonderful experience. So thank you, and thanks for listening.
Thank you, Christopher James. Wonderful. Great to hear you playing, and we look forward to seeing you at the festival on July 16th, along with so many others. I can't wait to see all those mandolins on the hill on one stage at one time. It's going to be, well, first of all, it's going to be a treat to see if everybody can get in tune with all those double strings.
That's a lot of strings to tune.
It's a lot of strings, but it's going to be great. You know, there's going to be a wine and beer garden at the festival. It's going to be
That
on
could
the,
influence the tuning, so we have to be careful that we tune first.
right. Well, we just have to make sure that everybody else has some, and then they won't care. Uh, but yeah, it's going to be a great festival, indoors or out, depending. If we have real hot weather, we're going to be fine. We're going to have air conditioned indoor venues, and if it's a nice day, we're going to be outside. And at the Zepp Plaza with that beautiful fountain playing on the steps of the Baker Chapel. It's going to be really something. So everybody, July 16th, Common Ground on the Hill Roots Music and Arts Festival, and it's also the Fiddlers Convention, the Deer Creek Fiddlers Convention. We're going to start with the Fiddlers Convention and end up with the festival, ending at about 10 o'clock at night. So it'll be interesting to see.
10 o'clock in the morning, it kicks off, right?
10 to 10, 12 hours straight
Right.
of music you can enjoy. Yeah, fantastic. Well, thank you, Chris.
Forward to it.
Yeah, we'll see you then. Take care. Wonderful. Our next performer, I've been thinking about this, and I'm pretty sure that I met Mary around 1974 in the Denver area, where she was holding forth. She's a legend there in Denver, and I was out there auditioning for a band. And about that same time, Tim O'Brien was landing out there in Denver, and you had the Denver Folklore Center with Harry Tuft, and man, what a spot that was. And that's where Mary held forth for a number of years. But in 2000, what I'm seeing here, 2004, she moved out to the left coast, to the west coast, to Portland, which is her home now, Portland, Oregon. And you know, it's interesting. The west coast. I remember going to Seattle, and there's so many great musicians out there that they didn't even have to pay anybody to play the festival. There are just so many good ones. I thought, well, this isn't the place for me to try to make a living. There's just too many great musicians, but Mary's done it. For my money, she's one of the great blues guitarists. Just a wonderful, subtle player, but also hard driving, and her voice is just as fine as her guitar playing. She's won a number of awards, you know, and played the major festivals. I'm looking here in Merlefest, Kerrville, King Biscuit, Prairie Home Companion, Vancouver Folk Festival. I'm sure there are about 100 others that she's played. And we're really happy to have her back with us. Even though it's virtually, maybe we'll get you back in real time later on if we all keep getting better. But make welcome all the way from Portland, Mary Flower.
Thank you so much, Walt. Yeah. I remember those days as if it were yesterday in Denver, and someday we should sit down and have a little conversation about that. Do you remember what group you were auditioning for?
Yes, it was the Monroe Doctrine. And it was when Charles Sawtelle left the Monroe Doctrine. They were looking for a
Right.
guitar player and tenor singer for newgrass music. I saw the ad in Bluegrass Unlimited. And I went, well, that's me. And I flew out there and I made the audition. But then I realized that the band did most of their gigs, and it was my first trip to the Rockies, and it blew my mind how beautiful it was out there. I said, I got to live out here. But then I realized that they did most of their touring in the Midwest, and that they had like a 12-hour drive to get to begin their gigs. And I thought, I don't know. I think maybe I'm going to stay and work on getting Bottle Hill back together, and we did, and that's when Harry Orlov joined us, and we became that band. So, but it was very tempting. The old
Yeah,
Monroe
well, that would
Doctor.
have changed the whole direction, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, we would have known each other and hung out probably. I knew
yeah,
Monroe Doctor and I knew Charles very well. He produced my first CD, and he is, he was of course in Hot Rise with
right,
Tim O'Brien and Nick Forster and who am I leaving out? Pete Wernick,
right.
and they were fabulous. So anyway, another time we will get together and talk about the old days. So I have a question for people out there. I was just actually back shucking some sweet corn. It's dinner time here in Portland. And I was just wondering kind of how many people out there just experienced the pandemic for like 2 or 3 years. Raise your hand. Of course, I can't see you. But if that's the case, then this song's for you. Just sitting here thinking about what I don't have to do, where I don't have to go, why I don't have to see you. Just sitting here thinking how I followed all the rules. It's an undesirous virus, got those lockdown, masked up isolation blues. Yes, I do. Well, in a dark room, I'm drinking dark beer. I'm praying on my rosary, having impure thoughts about the mailman and that guy who delivers my groceries. Just sitting here thinking, is it me, is it you, or maybe is it just the flu? You gotta stop it with the droplets, got those locked down, masked up isolation blues. Yes, I do. Don't play one. In my solitude, I am wiping with the Cloroxes. On my laptop, all my friends live in tiny boxes this big. On my walk, I cross the street to be 6 feet away from you. I must insist upon the distance, got those lockdown, masked up isolation blues. I got my Pfizer down at Kaiser, and you can too. Yeah. Yes, and it's a true story, I must say. Here's a ragtime guitar piece of mine called The Crooked Rag in the key of G. Thank you. That's what is commonly known as Piedmont style guitar with the alternating thumb and the fingers. And we've been studying a little bit of that in the class I've been teaching all week for Common Ground. And I'm sorry I can't be there in person, but I hope that next year things get a little bit better. So I will look forward to seeing everybody. And that concert, I love the outdoor concert that you guys do. Everybody should tune into that for sure. I'm going to grab this guitar here, which was made somewhere around where you guys are in Maryland. It's a Beard resonator square neck, and I'll try to point this down so you can kind of see what's going on down here. I'll play a little bit of a lap slide for you. Got a letter this morning. How do you reckon it read? It said, hurry, hurry now, your love is dead. I got a letter this morning. Yes, and how do you reckon it read? Hurry, hurry, the man that you love is dead. Well, I packed my suitcase and I took off down the road. I got there, he was laying on the cooling board. I packed my suitcase, took off down the road. I got there, he was laying on the cooling board. And it seems like 10,000 people at the burying ground didn't know that I loved that man till they laid him down. And it seems like 10,000 people at the burying ground. Didn't know I loved him till they laid him in the ground. slowly walked away. Said, farewell, honey, I'll see you on Judgment Day. As I folded up my arms, and I slowly walked away. Farewell, honey, I'll see you on Judgment Day. I thought I'd end up with something cheerful there for you. The Death Letter Blues, that's a Sunhouse tune, one of my favorites to play on this instrument. So, I want to thank Maria so much for all the work she does to put these things together, and Allie, who did the tech, and Walt, and Chris and Saskia. What great music tonight! It's been an honor and a pleasure to play with on the same bill. So thank you so much. So do we have concerts every night? I think. Well, is that the deal coming up?
Yeah, we have another concert tomorrow night with it's basically songwriter night with Rod McDonald and a number of other folks.
Wonderful.
And then next week we have another virtual week with a keynote on Monday, and then 4 nights of concerts, and then we have Common Ground on the Town, which is going to be Harry Orlow playing some jazz at the Arts Center during a wine tasting on July 9th in the evening. And then we hit the ground running on Sunday the 10th and don't stop running until the 16th is over and done with 5 days of workshops, concerts, art, music, dance. I mean, we're going crazy again. We're giving it a shot. You know, that last song was just amazing, and not to get too maudlin, but we all know people who have lost people in these last few years, and that really spoke to me. I know two women who've lost their husbands.
Yeah.
What a song! And
yeah, it's pretty powerful stuff, and it's happening. We're at that certain age where it's bound to happen a lot more than it used to happen, and these next 10 years are not going to be easy. I have a feeling if I'm around.
Right.
So we just do the best we can to get.
That's
through
right,
it.
and treat each other well. I mean, I think that's what we're learning through all this. That you know, there's some bad actors out there, but we need not be one of them.
That's right. Be kind, I think, is a good way to look
Yeah,
at it.
be kind and look for the good part, and maybe that'll encourage some things. But thank you so much, Mary. It's wonderful to hear you and see you. And that second tune you did on the guitar, you're halfway up the neck, and you were playing these harmonics, or a harmonic out of a chord. I was like, wow, I've never seen that before. Is that your thing? Did you? I never saw anybody.
It's pure magic. It's just a sleight of hand. No, I don't know. I'm just improvising a little bit there, and sometimes it works better than others. But you have to reach over to get one of
Yeah.
the.
I mean, I've never seen that before. That was really great.
So thank you. It's kind of fun.
Well, I should also say that everybody watching this should go online. It's easy to find people's websites these days and buy some music from these people. Get some downloads, some CDs. I mean, are you still selling LPs, Mary? Do you have some vinyl?
No, but I'm selling DVDs, instructional DVDs, on a Happy Trom's label, Homespun. So I've got like 6 or 7 different topics, some blues, some open tuning, some
Great.
all kinds of stuff. So,
Yeah, that's Homespun Tapes. It's great. I'm on that as well. And
yeah, are you teaching Hammer Dulcimer?
yeah, teaching hammer dulcimer, you
Great.
know, and it's not like there are far fewer hammer dulcimer players than there are guitar players. You just say
Yes,
that.
there are. Yeah.
And Saskia is there. I would assume, Saskia, that you have some things for sale on the internet.
Yeah, you can. Bandcamp is my place.
Bandcamp?
Yeah. So I got that. There you
All
go.
right.
Look for Stefan and Saskia. Look at that raven. It's real.
Yeah.
Landed as Stefan took the photo.
Yeah, we can't overestimate. I know Chris James has a bunch of things for sale. I bet he's going to hold one up right now. You got one there?
Oh yeah, we've got all kinds of stuff here.
He's going to go get the whole thing. But it's really important, folks, to support the artists.
Yeah. And even more CDs up. And if you're not wearing a shirt,
Watch this. He's going to try to sell us his car now. Watch this.
all right.
Want to
We've
buy
got
one?
shirts. You can get a shirt. If you're sitting watching this show right now thinking, I'm really cold, I wish I was wearing a shirt, you can
There
get
you
a
go.
shirt. You can wear it to the festival. You can.
Got
Yeah.
your shirt together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The kids will thank you. Yes, they will be fed.
The other thing that folks can do is sign up for courses still. I can't, I don't know how somebody could not watch Saskia play the fiddle and if you play the fiddle, not want to take some lessons. Really, what a magnificent fiddler.
Thank you.
So sign up, folks. It's not too late. Thank you all for being here, and tell your fans about it. To check into this. This is going to live on YouTube into the future. So
Cool.
wonderful. And if there's a tip jar there, folks, hit the tip jar. All that money goes to the performers. So
Great.
thank you all so
Thank
much.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Thank you. And now do that Earl Scruggs thing and finish shucking that corn.